In the last 16 match of the WPA Predator World 10 Ball Championship, and I'm joined today by Tyler Steyer.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We are looking for a really exciting match, Joshua FILLER versus Levan Corteza. I would say Levan is probably one of the most underrated players in the world. He plays so amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. He's part of the old school when, you know, Boosty and Efren and a lot of the top Filipinos, Jose Perica, came over here. So he definitely has that dog in him, that's for sure. And then obviously FILLER, we all know what he's capable of. So should be a great match.
We want to remind you that starting from last 32, players are going races to 10. So we have extended race right now, which obviously favors a better player.
Yeah, and I think all the players appreciate that. Stage 1, race to 8, stage 2, race to 10. And then the finals, is that a longer race too, or race to 10?
Race to 10 all the way.
Cool. Leaving hit him pretty square. He won't be too disappointed with that though, because it doesn't look like there's an easy safe, and there's some balls tied up, so he'll definitely have a few innings on this particular game.
Yeah, it looks like we're about to see a long safety battle.
And that's what this format really provides, is multiple innings for every player. Usually per game. Very rarely do they make a ball and they clear up, so you get to see a lot of pool with this format.
Yeah, I was just talking to Jim recently that I really enjoy watching Alex Pagulayan playing in this format, because he is arguably one of the best when it comes to safety battles and just moving the cue ball, and there is a lot to learn from this man, that's for sure. And I would say Levan and Josh would be really good match as well.
Yeah, Zielinski found out the hard way about how good Alex's safety game is.
Yeah, he didn't leave him much chances, to be honest.
He didn't. Can't tell based on our view what he all has here. Looks like he can cut the ball in. Now does he take the chance to make the 2 off the 4 to open the table up? The 6 ball's still tied up too, so there's nothing guaranteed here of running the rack, even if you do get the 4 off the rail.
Yeah, definitely challenging. What is your mindset like when you just start the game? It's your first rack. Would you try to be more offensive or play a defensive shot instead?
I think most players choose to be a little bit more offensive in the beginning, and then as the match goes on, they'll, depending on what the score is, they'll kind of change the way they play. But I think Josh is just trying to get in rhythm right now, because we all know once he's in rhythm, he's pretty tough to beat. So I think he's just playing a little bit more slow, calculated, trying to find his rhythm, and then once he catches it, he can kind of try and pull away from his opponents.
Just kind of like try to make as many balls as possible to get the speed of the table, get comfortable.
Right.
Do you think he would try to go into the 6 right now to kind of like break it open?
It's tough. If he hits the bottom of the 6, he might be hooked on the 8. If he hits the top of the 6, he'll be on the top rail, so it's tricky.
Looks like
wow,
he definitely
what a shot.
went
I
for
think
it.
he was just focusing on pocketing the ball. He's very good at just make the ball and take what the table gives you. He wasn't trying anything too specific there. As you saw, he got a double kiss on the 6 ball, so there's no way to predict that.
Yeah, I love it, because, you know, there's like such a common mistake when you focus too much on the position of breaking the balls open, and you almost like don't give enough attention pocketing the ball and miss the easy pot. So
absolutely,
it's very important to focus on making the ball. Interesting, like we discussed the other day, I tell to all my students, like, make the ball first, play position second, so all your focus has to be on the making the ball, because it doesn't matter how good your shape is, if you don't make the ball, you sell out. And
exactly.
I wish I followed my own advice in the last match that I played. Yeah, but we all learn from mistakes, so that's all good.
Josh will be really, really pleased with this first game if he clears up. Just got to make sure you stay off the rail for the 9.
Yeah, you don't want to get too straight. He's pointing where he wants the cue ball to be.
You can see on the table there, Josh has the new Predator chalk. It comes in soft, medium, and hard. He's using the soft one, so that should be coming out in the next couple months, so you guys be aware of that. It's super clean.
I love it.
Super, super clean. Hands don't get dirty, shaft doesn't get dirty, cloth balls. So it's a big step in the right direction.
Beautiful rack.
Great out.
And Joshua takes the first rack of this match.
And it all started with that tricky little safety he played on the 1 ball. It looked easy, but he had to really bank the 1 between 2 balls and freeze the cue ball on the, I forgot what ball he froze the cue ball to, but he froze the cue ball and Levan kicked and sold out. That was a great out.
Yeah, nothing much Levan could do there, to be honest.
Let's see where Josh breaks from. If he breaks from the center and tries to make the 4 railers, or he breaks from the side rail trying to make the 1. Looks like he's breaking from the side rail. And the reason players are breaking from the side rail is it seems to be more of there's a backdoor safety involved where balls seem to get tied up on the breaking side of the table. So if he's not making the ball, he's hoping balls get tied up. 2 ball on the side, hit those super square. And how many times have we seen that this week? A lot.
This might be the worst thing that can happen to you when you have a shot in the 1 and the last ball travels and kind of like blocks you.
And the push out's pretty tough too, because the 9 and 6 are nice to get behind with the cue ball. And the 1's pretty much, you can make it from almost anywhere. So he's going to tie up the 10 and the 5 here.
Yeah, push out is such a tricky shot because you pretty much have to give up the control.
That was a great shot right there. The speed was absolutely perfect. Now the combo doesn't go. So again, when you're pushing out, you're just trying to make the game last as long as possible because you're always at a disadvantage when you're pushing out.
So now, even though he's able to play good safety, still the 5 and the 10 is a big problem.
Exactly. And Levan really doesn't want to take a chance at opening him here. Okay, now the problem is Josh tied up those balls. Now it's his problem to get rid of it.
Yeah, but I'm sure he would much rather take that and give the control of the table to Levan.
Absolutely.
He's obviously one of the best players in the world when it comes to moving the cue ball and positional play and everything. And it seems like he has a good angle from where the camera
With
is
the
showing
8
us.
where it is, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to follow this ball, break out the 5, and bank the 4. Unless he wants to cut the 4 in the side.
Bank the 4 in the side using the 8.
Yeah. I mean, it's there. You don't have to use the 8, but it makes the pocket play pretty friendly.
Right. So even if you overcut,
Ooh. Slick table got him a little bit. He overcut that ball.
Raises his hand in apology.
Yeah.
Let's see what the table gave him after this shot. He opened them up really well.
Well, he would have opened them a little bit different if he would have made the ball, because he
Sure.
would have hit it thicker, so the cue ball would have hit further down on the long rail. Levan's going to try and use the 4 as a blocker here.
You try to put the cue behind the 9, or it's too big of a trouble.
Oh, he played the bank.
He went for a bank.
Wow, that was pretty aggressive there.
Was his way to kind of like get back in the match.
It was kind of a 2-way. He got a little unfortunate the way he hit the rail and thinned the 8. If he hits the 8 thick, then he's still sitting pretty good. But
Yeah, in order to win in this game, sometimes you have to get balls. We all know that.
I think his speed was just a little bit too hard. I think that's what got him. sometimes you have to ask, okay, I might have got a little bit better roll there, but was there something that I could have done to make it more in my favor to not get a bad roll? Now he's either going to bank the 7 or play the carom on the 8. Let's see what he does.
The problem with carom is to control in that 7 ball.
Looks like he's going to have to go 3 rails. Low outside, you can't really avoid the 9 here, so we got to go with follow.
I have to admit, it's really nice to do commentary with you, Tyler. We don't get to do it very often, but I'm always learning something.
All right, he's playing the bank.
I like that, because if you were to play carom, the 10 ball would get stuck right next to the 10 ball, so there is nothing good that can come out of it. And obviously Joshua Fillers
Banks very well.
Yeah, we all know that.
Good out. Very good out. Josh will be happy with that.
Yeah, I can't think of something that Josh doesn't do well. He banks well. His kick and game is unreal. Ball pocketing is really good.
And there's a lot of people that say that Josh just freewheels, right? He just shoots and he gets a lot of rolls. Well, he processes information very fast, so it might look like he's getting a roller here, but a lot of times he's running into balls, but he's predicting what the cue ball is going to do, but he's just predicting it very, very fast.
Yeah, so his thought process is just very quick.
His brain is, his pool brain is unbelievable. And he pockets balls, you know, up there at the best in the world. So he should adopt that style of play, and it works very well for him.
Definitely. And he is 2-0 up in a race to 10. I'm actually going to pull up the website and see who the winner of this match is going to face for the spot in the semifinal.
Yeah,
if they were to go through.
We're down to the business end. The payouts getting higher and higher after each round. I believe last 32 was 2,000. Last 16, almost 5,000. And then it just almost doubles from there. So we got 2,000, 5,200, 9,000, 20,000, 40, and 60. So
60,000 for the winner.
For first place, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good week of work, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, they're playing last 16 right now. The winner of this match is going to play the winner of Kondrad Juszczyszyn and Kopin Chang in quarterfinals.
Okay, so Lee Van playing pretty aggressive so far. Josh is really good at this, of thinning the 1, avoiding the point of the side, the corner pocket, and getting behind the 10 here. He plays this shot up there with the best. He might even try and get behind the 9.
That's exactly what he did. He clipped the 9 a little bit, and I think he left the edge of the 1 ball.
He hit the 1 a little bit too thin, because I think he was trying to go 3 rails behind the 9. But he made the 9 a smaller ball by hitting it, so now Lee Van really doesn't have much cover for the safety.
I used to have a pleasure to play this man at the Derby City Classic in January.
See, what Josh did was, I mean, Josh didn't push the 9 to the rail on purpose, but because he bumped the 9, now he can see a full ball right here.
Do you think he's going to bank the 1 ball up table and put the cue ball behind the 2?
He just pointed that he was going to cut it in.
Yeah, he called the 1 ball. I'm not surprised at all if he's going to bank this ball.
Okay, so he kind of played it as a shot to nothing, but he took a big risk to find a small gap for the 2. I thought he was going to play with just top spin and go up and down, but he spun it.
Yeah, now he's in a bit weird situation. Can he even see the ball? It looks like he can, the way he's looking at it.
Yeah, he was trying to thin the 2 ball behind the 10 there.
Well, he didn't leave a super easy shot because the cue ball is frozen to the rail, so now Lee Van still has some work to do. Nicely done.
Pretty good shot there. Now, does he roll this ball or go around the 5? Looks like he's going to go around the 5.
Yeah, just by the way he's like doing his practice strokes, you can tell that he's going to stroke it a little more powerful. And he didn't get there, I think. Or did he? We'll see in a second. We need a little bit different camera angle.
He's cueing like you can see it.
Yeah, he can definitely make it, I think.
What a shot.
Beautiful shot.
And how often do you see a player where they're not really sure if they can hit enough of the ball to make it, but they hit it too thick and miss it?
Yeah.
Right, that happens so often.
You kind of like second guess yourself. You have to 100% commit to the ball.
Yep.
I think he's going to be happy with this angle.
A lot of times, though, when things aren't going your way, the first game that you win has to be scrappy. It just always seems that way, where you have to get through that one really tough rack where you have to make a couple tough shots, and then you break, make a ball, things start to open up.
Yeah.
So Levan just has to kind of grind through this first game.
I agree. And you know, we all know that it's not always going to be easy, and it's all about those rack and those matches when we don't feel our best, and we just have to grind through it, and it's going to get rewarded in the end of the day.
All right, he's going to stun one rail above the side here. Oh, he's playing in the upper right corner. Okay.
I think it all depends what you're comfortable with. It's a personal preferences.
He would have liked to hit that one a little bit harder, but if I'm a betting man, I'm going to bet on Levan to get out here.
So would you personally stun follow this shot or just roll it slightly?
I think he's just going to roll it. Ooh,
Yeah, he has a
caught
big
too much
angle.
ball. But, I mean, that miss also comes from the amount of pressure that Josh has put on him in the beginning of this match. Josh has made 2 great runouts, which can play on Levan's decision-making or just the way he commits to certain shots.
No, absolutely. Go 3 rails.
What a shot. What a shot. And the viewers can learn from that. You know, a lot of players would try and roll that ball with a little bit of outside spin. But I think percentage-wise, you're better off just going 3 rails and just letting your stroke out and just making sure you pocket that ball.
Yeah, I like this way better. You know, I like to let my stroke out on shots like this. And it's 3-0, Joshua Filler.
And you'll start, uh-oh.
And we have a short commercial break. We will be back in a little bit. And we are back. Joshua Filler is leading 3-0 against Levan Corteza for the spot in the quarterfinals. just to give you a quick update on the other matches that's going on right now. Last 16 action. So table number 1, we got Chen Ling versus Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
Great match right there.
Beautiful match. I'm trying to pull up the live score right now on the website. For some reason it doesn't let me go through.
All right, Lee Van pushed out. Let's see if Josh thins the left side of this one. You can kind of use the 8 to slow the cue ball, or to slow the 1 ball down, but you got to hit the 1 perfect with a good amount of spin to get around the 3. And then there's always a potential of a scratch in the bottom right corner. By his body language, it looks like he's going to give this back, which he does. Let's see what Lee Van had in mind. The Filipino players, especially the older generation, they all grew up playing 15-ball rotation, so I expect Lee Van to hit this ball pretty well. He decided to use the 3 for cover, and I don't think he got there. Can't tell.
I feel like he left the cut for Joshua. Is he gonna roll it and use the 4 to kind of like move the cube a little bit forward to play the 2 on the side or the corner? Or he's gonna stun it into the 4. Just decides to roll it in.
Yeah, I think on the TV table, rolling it is the better choice because the pocket's going to play a little bit more friendly than the outside tables.
No, I definitely agree. I've seen so many balls when it almost feels like the player missed it, but it catches the rail, and because the cloth is brand new, it slides in.
And that's with any event. Anywhere in the world, you got the new cloth. Clean balls, it just plays a little more friendly, conducive for making the ball.
If you have, like, you know, how we call it, soft hands, you know, you don't punch the ball in.
Yeah, exactly. Playing in the corner. Oh, he did play on the side. Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he can actually make it in the corner.
The camera angle looked like he was playing the 2 up in the corner.
I agree. I thought the same way.
I like how he used the 5 there to keep the cue ball down table.
It's interesting to me to see how, as you said, he processes information so fast, and like this decision to make to use the 5 ball to send the cue ball down table to keep it for the next ball, it's just, for me, it would take so much longer.
Right. Here he'll try and get just to the left of the 9 to play the 5 in the corner. I don't think he killed this ball. Ooh, he hit the 4 pretty thick, which slowed the cue ball down.
Yeah,
Don't think he's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, it looks like he's in a little bit of trouble here.
He'll either swerve this ball or bank the 5 2 rails under the 8, send the cue ball down table. He called the 5, so I think he's going to do a swerve.
He didn't really elevate the cue. He didn't need to.
Yeah, he had to get a little piece, get around a little piece of the 9.
Yeah.
That was a good shot.
Nice slow motion replay. I like it.
And so far, Josh has looked really comfortable with the Revo this tournament. We all know he just recently switched, and he's played a lot of little finesse shots that he may not have been comfortable with before. I mean, the 3 ball was a long shot with inside spin. He speared that one in just fine. He just played that swerve shot right there. So
yeah,
he looks like he's adjusted to his equipment pretty fast.
I just feel like for the amount of pool Joshua Filler plays, it wouldn't take him long to adjust to a new shaft, just because you put a lot of hours in, and of course you will get used to it. And I feel that there's just, even though some players are so used to playing with wood shaft, there's so many benefits when you play with carbon. It just gives you so many like effortless power possibilities. And Joshua extends his lead, 4-0 up.
I think Sanchez has showed all of us this week that the Revo works just fine.
This week, you mean the last year?
Yeah, this last year.
The man is on the mission. Like,
he's trying to win all 3 world titles in 1 year.
I personally don't think it is an achievement that anybody will be able to repeat. It's just, it is absolutely unbelievable. And he's currently leading 2-1 over Chen Ling on table number 1. which is also streamed on YouTube if you guys want to tune in. World Billiard TV, table number 1. So table number 1 and table number 2 are streamed on YouTube for free. All other tables are streamed on Kazoom.com.
And then Kazoom, it's $20 for the whole event, or they have a month or a yearly subscription as well.
I think they have both, yeah. Which, I mean, the quality they provide is honestly unbelievable.
Okay, he crunched those. Nothing down. All right, Levan's really got to get to work here. Let's see what this table looks like. Looks like whoever makes the 2-ball should win the game.
Yeah, sometimes it's all about the first shot.
But when you're straight in, he might be able to stun follow this ball with inside, but
it's hard.
Okay, I like that. I like that decision. He's going to try and go behind the 5 here, or I think behind the 5 with the 2-ball and cue ball behind the 8.
I think there is a possibility to put the cue ball behind the 5.
That's what he was trying right there.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned recently that by putting the object ball on the rail, though, it's super strong because you're taking away the rail that the object ball is on. So if he were to put the 2-ball on the rail and the cue ball behind the 8, that would have been a pretty good safety.
Yeah, I like this. It's a good way of thinking about it.
Like where the 5-ball is right now. If you're trying to kick and hit the 5, it's a pretty big ball. But if you freeze the 5 to the rail, it just got a lot smaller, and your safety opportunities went down a lot.
Definitely. Usually when you play a safety, like, the most of the time I feel like you either have to focus on cue ball or the object ball. It's very rare when you actually have to play both of them in a perfect spot.
Top players do really good with both. Really good. Okay, these are the shots where the revo is just like huge. Stun draw to the rail, out. Good shot there. That shot's just so much easier, in my opinion, when you're using a revo.
Yeah, there were some funny talks that Josh is just into carbon, but I think he proved this week to everybody that that's not the case. In the end of the day, players are not robots. They cannot play on the highest level all the time. So even if he had a rough week on the World 9-ball in Poland, it doesn't mean that he was struggling.
Well, he was up till 6 o'clock in the morning at Derby.
That's true.
So
we all were.
Yep.
And then traveling to Europe and having that jet lag, and it was just not helping.
I'm not sure if a player that was at Derby got to the final 8. I don't think anybody did.
I think John Mora was the player who went the furthest.
Yeah.
From all of them who were competing at Derby. And it doesn't look good for Levan Corteza right here at all.
No, this is a dream start for Josh. Levan has yet to get comfortable. And again, a little bit of misfortune by Levan to have Josh break dry and be straight on the 1 with nowhere to go for the 2. But I think Levan got a little bit lazy on the 1. He could have made the 1 and followed forward a little bit to give himself a better angle to play safe for the 2.
I feel like by the way he was doing his practice strokes, it's almost like he was second guessing himself during the shot.
Well, he's got the shot clock too.
Yeah,
so.
Which can play with your head a lot.
Yeah. I know Kachi's match, it was 6-5 after about 2 hours in the race to 10. So without that shot clock on the outside tables, you would think that certain players would have an advantage. And I think Levan's more of that grinding type of player, where Josh pretty much plays on a shot clock all the time, whether he's on an outside table or not.
Definitely. But to be honest, 5-0 in a race to 10, it's nothing. When it comes to winner break format, just one momentum swing can change everything in 1 second.
Okay, nothing down. And Levan has to push. Can't hit him much better than that, Josh. I like pushing the cue ball just above the side pocket right now. Side pocket where the cue ball's at. High enough to where the bank is hard to control. Yeah. Ooh. Josh might cut this ball in.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. Tell you what, I've seen...
That's what he's looking at. He's looking at the cue ball path.
Yeah, I've seen this man making some crazy odds.
Don't think he can get the cue ball behind the 3 if he crosses over the 1. So if he doesn't like the cut shot, I think he'll give it back. Yeah, on the TV table, that rail plays pretty long. The ball wants to slide off the rail instead of kind of bounce off the rail. So that's why the 1 went so much lower. On one of the outside tables, Levan would be hooked right now with the way he hit that ball. And I was just watching Josh's match earlier against Vitaly Petsura. Josh played great pool. I think he won 10-3.
Tricky little layout.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna have to bank the 4. And Levan's always gone deep at the Derby City and all the events, so the bank won't be a problem. In 9-ball, usually you shoot the bank if it's considered a dead bank or a 2-way. You don't really see players shoot off-angle banks too often, and this is considered a dead bank, so he will 100% be shooting this ball and drawn back for the 5. Good shot. He wanted to make sure he wasn't jacked up there, so he drew it back enough to avoid the 10 and the 7. You can tell Levan is just still not comfortable yet, which I don't think anybody player would be playing Josh down 5-0.
It looks like the 8 goes in the side pretty comfortably. He just needs to get good in the 7.
He wanted a little more distance from that last shot, though, because now he's going to have a little more distance on the 7. He's going to have to kill this, unless he wants to go back and forth, but I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll kill it real soft with low outside.
Looks like he's playing softly.
Yep.
And now he can bump the 10 a little bit, even if he has the angle into the 10, and leave himself comfortably for the 8 ball.
Good shot. All right, we're going to see Levan on the board. Elevated over the 10 a little bit here, but I'm favoring him to get out from here.
Yeah, shouldn't be an issue. He still has pretty level cue, so that's okay.
Good shot. All right, he just got to hope he makes the ball in the break and gets a shot, or hooks Josh.
Yeah, to get back in the action. First track for Levan Corteza. And we're gonna take a short break. We'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, I won the World 8 ball on 9 ball. Everyone is, I think, is looking for me, especially in the World 10 ball. But I feel I don't want to be the pressure. I want to I want to keep going, you know, play my game. That's all. If I win, it's like a dream for me. But I don't care. To be honest, I try to be my best on the table and give everything. That's all.
No pressure, but nobody has done that before. We're able, we're 9-ball, we're 10-ball, making history.
Yeah, I mean, I know I won too many good titles, but always I want to think the same way. I mean, I want to enjoy every single moment. I think that's the key that I win, because I don't think about what the people think, what I expected. You know, I just try to play my game. That's all.
All right, and we're back. Ivan is going to love this. Made the 1. Ooh, it looks like he's pretty straight on the 2-ball again. Last rack, he was straight on the 1. No, 2 racks ago, he was straight on the 1 after Josh broke dry.
Yeah, but the 2-ball was a little bit more complicated than this one. Here you can say that the 3-ball is pretty close to the corner, so it makes his life a little bit more easy.
On the slippery table, though, this is super hard to control. I think you just try and go 1 rail down table between the 5 and the 7, but you don't actually go through the 5-7. You just try to leave that gap.
Yeah.
Okay, he went 2 rails. And see how that second rail played long on him?
Yeah, it always does.
Yeah, that's what that TV table does.
So in this case, you don't want to get you don't want to be perfectionist to get as close to the 3 as possible, because it can play against you, right? You just want to leave yourself a gap, and even if you have to go for a longer shot, so be it. And as we talked about it in the winner break format, there is still a possibility that Levan will be able to come back.
Absolutely. He's not out of this match at all. He's just going to have to grind through a couple racks and get some pressure back on Josh. If he's straight in, he's going to want to draw back to just to the left of where he is now to have the angle to bump the 9. Okay, he's going to follow this ball. That was a pretty smart shot.
You can hear the shot clock beeps.
Yeah,
always make me nervous.
He was a little bit rushed. On that shot, he was always going to leave more distance, but he was trying to get the right angle on the 5. I'm not sure if he got that angle or not. He did not.
Yeah, it looks pretty straight.
He might be able to stop it and cut the 6 in. That's what he was looking at earlier. The Filipinos, they don't always hit the cue ball where they're addressing it, so it's kind of hard to tell what they're going to do.
So you mean the practice strokes?
Yeah, the practice strokes. A lot of time the tip won't be where they actually hit it, so it's kind of hard to guess what they're going to do. But here he's going to try and spin this ball in. If I was Josh, I might want the referee close to this shot, but we'll see how close it is. Okay, never mind.
It was all right.
I thought he was going to have to throw it with a little bit of low outside spin, but he had plenty of room. Tester here. Test the cueing for sure. Let's see how he's feeling.
Just by the way he walks around the table, it tells me that he slowly gets the confidence, gets more table time, and
he uses extension already, so he's playing this ball on the side, going up and down for the 8.
The 9 ball is a big
Off
ball
the
there.
9.
Nicely done. He's got a good angle on the 8 and the natural path to get to the next one. 10 ball is not a problem at all, so I would say just make this ball, play a good shape, and you're out from here.
Good shot. I like how he played short side there, which made the pocket play bigger. I think Josh would have hit that ball and gone back across.
He would stun it in, and guess what? He would hit it in the heart of the pocket.
He probably would. Yeah. Hard to bet against him.
And Levan is back in the action. Score is 5-2 in favor of Joshua Filler, and it's getting more and more interesting.
How busy has the Rio been the last couple days?
Oh wow,
It's been
it was
unbelievable.
unreal, especially when teams started coming up.
You can barely walk around the venue. There's so many people here. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so amazing. It's probably my favorite event in the year. Just the interaction with the players, meeting new people. It's full of life. Has over 300 pool tables and I believe over 7,000 pool players.
Yep.
All over the world.
And you can see there, Levan sponsored by Davini Cues. Davini sponsored me for a long time. Shout out to Pat Davini. He's a super great guy out of Iowa. Really, really nice guy. Levan's been with him for a really long time. Oh boy, he's not going to like that.
This is going to hurt. But look where the 6 ball ended up.
Yeah, but the 4's right there to help it out. He hit him pretty good too. He crunched him.
Yeah, some things are just out of your control.
No, that one went straight in. He didn't get kicked. I mean, it's if you asked him to do it, he might not be able to draw the cue ball into the side in 10 tries. But
yeah, that's what I mean. You know, in the moment where you want it the least, it's going to happen.
Sure.
It's kind of like trying to scratch in the side in your previous matches.
Yeah, no kidding.
If you tried to do it on purpose, you probably wouldn't be able to. But it seems like the pool god sometimes dictates what's going to happen on the table.
All right, Josh to take a commanding 6-2 lead in this race to 10, last 16. Looks like he's going to have to play the 8 in the corner now. I think he wanted to play the 7 and draw back for the 8 in the side. But I don't think he has that angle. He'll have to slide over about 4 inches to his right, play the 8 in the corner.
He's thinking about it. I think he's going to call the extension to make sure he looks at it. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. Pick the spot on the table where he wants the cue ball to be.
And the reason he picked the spot is the 9 only goes in one pocket. If the 9 went in both corners, he just, you know, whatever angle he got on the 8 would be fine. But because he's got to be specific, he has to go down there, double check his line. So Josh does take time when needed, but he still processes information so fast when he doesn't need the time.
I agree. You don't want to get lazy on this shot and leave yourself the wrong angle.
Definitely not. Good shot. And if you have Josh, if you're up 6-2 after 8 games, he would take it.
Who wouldn't? Nice drive by Joshua Filler. He always makes it look easy.
Yes, he does.
Right, Joshua Filler to break, leading 6-2. And he is 4x away for the spot in the quarterfinals of the World Handball Championship.
Okay, so he took some speed off of that. On the last couple breaks, he was breaking dry.
Where's
so
the 9 ball?
No point in smashing him if you're going to keep breaking dry.
Yeah, because this way, if you play medium speed, you at least guarantee the table layout is not going to be wide open.
I think he's more worried about controlling the cue ball, making sure it doesn't get kissed in. Here he's going to go a la Filipino here and put the cue ball behind the 7. It's a great shot right there.
Done. A lot of people consider a shot behind the back as a show-off.
No, that was easier to do than using the bridge.
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
for sure.
And when you're in a shot clock, like how many seconds it would take to grab the bridge and like put it on the table, adjust everything, and
Exactly.
it's just a waste of time.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Good shot. Great shot.
Wow, that was great. And this is exactly what he called. Couldn't hit it any better. What would you do here?
I think bank 2 above the 3, below the 10, and play safe. So he's going to cross the 2 over, let it go 2 rails, 1 rail above. There you go. Wow, he played with a lot of outside spin. That's hard to control.
The cue
He's
ball
not
going.
going to like that. I think he had a half a pocket off that second rail, too. That's pretty unfortunate there.
Yeah, and if you saw the path of the cue ball in the 2, it was pretty close to getting a double kiss, too.
And again, this TV table can make great players look funny sometimes, because on an outside table, he never scratched 2 rails on that ball. And,
because the rail plays longer, right?
the rails just play a little bit longer. Spin doesn't take as much off each cushion, so it's tricky. I think that's the biggest thing about Mosconi Cup is the 5 players from each team where they're trying to get the speed down and get the rails down as fast as possible.
I love the safety.
There you go.
Looks simple, but it's not that simple to execute this shot that perfect.
He would have liked to freeze that 2 ball to the rail, but I don't think he did, or else he would have checked it. Now let's see if the spin takes. Good shot, nice and soft.
Yeah, you don't want to crash this shot because first of all, it's easy to get a swerve when you hit it soft. And also you don't want to break them open. You kind of want the 2 ball to stay there exactly where it was.
Playing the bank, what a shot.
Yeah,
And that's just so much experience on this table, the TV table. He does so well at that.
Yeah, I think the first big tournament that he won was the China Open in, was it 2016? I believe, in Shanghai.
16 or 17.
Yeah, that was like the biggest major he won back then. Probably his first one. And then he just took off, yeah. From there, he never stopped. Shouldn't be the issue here. Can just draw back 1 rail towards the center of the table.
The only thing that can really go wrong here is if he scratches in the side, getting on the 8.
Yeah, but I don't think he would consider going too close to the side pocket here.
It would just be like a misjudging deflection or speed problem.
But still, he wants to make sure he leaves himself a nice angle on the 8 ball. Looks pretty good.
Now, on the, I don't know. He might have to go with inside 3 rails. If he does go with low outside, he'll be real close to the side pocket, and that's why he's choosing to go above center here.
Yeah, and see, that's the difference. On the pool room table with the older cloth, you would draw it back with low outside with no problem.
Yep.
But on the new cloth with slick balls, there is a big chance of scratch.
I think that's why Josh is so effective. Is any angle, any position of the balls, he can use any spin and any speed that he wants. Yeah, it's super strong.
He definitely plays the percentages. He, as you said, processes the information really nice and just does his job. And we are back with Joshua Filler breaking. As you can see, he's trying to find which break works better, so he changed the spot where he's breaking from.
Yeah, and he got a little fortunate to make the one there. I'm surprised he went to the middle table break because it opens the balls up a lot more, and with a lead, he can risk that, I guess, but it can also get Levan going if he has an open table with a tie break.
Because imagine if the one ball gets hanging in the pocket and Levan has an open table.
Exactly.
Yeah, but his risk got rewarded here, and it's a very smart shot. I like it. He didn't go offensive. He decided to play good safety, and there's so much good things that can come out of it.
Levan called 2 off the 9 in the side. He's going to have to kick 2 rails here between the 10 and the 4. Three rails. What a shot.
It was very similar to the one ball that he made in the previous rack.
Yeah. Let's see what Levan thinks about it.
Yeah. He's smiling. He knows that, well, what else I can do here, right? Will you try to shoot the 2 off the 9 to kind of like bump it a little bit?
That's what he's looking at. He has to guarantee he gets on the 3, though. He could drag it real soft with a lot of draw and just barely clip the 9. Yep, that's
exactly
what he did there. Yeah.
Good speed too. He left himself a good angle on the 3 ball.
Good shot. Yeah, on that shot, if you play it with topspin, you'd run into the 3, and he doesn't want to take a gamble on that.
Yeah. And it looks pretty much open. This position feels like a walk in the park for Joshua Filler. But it's still never over until the player makes the final 10 ball.
Probably go 2 rails here.
And just to fill you in, guys, with the scores of different matches that's going on right now, Francisco Sanchez is currently up 5-2 against Qian Junling. The man is on the mission. Aloysius Yap is trailing 2-0 against Marco Tocher. Jan van Leeuwenhoek is trailing 2-3 against Fedor Gorst on table number 9. Dennis Graba is 3-0 up against Wu Kun Lim. Konrad Juszczyszyn from Poland is having a close battle with Ko Pin Chang, 4-3. And SVB is currently up 5-2 against Max Lechner.
Pretty strong for FSR to be 5-2 up on Chang, especially, I'm assuming both players have gotten to the table for each game, right?
Absolutely.
Just so it shows how good Sanchez is playing right now.
Oh yeah, the guy is unbelievable.
And even though Shane's been a little bit frustrated with the break this week, and I think most players have been, but that's kind of what this format brings, is it brings a lot more pull, a lot more kicks, a lot more safeties, a lot more jumping, push-outs.
Yep.
And I think Shane has let that click in his mind, saying, okay, I accept that I'm not going to break and run a 5-pack. Let's grind these guys down.
Yep.
And I saw that in his last match where he actually really got into the safety battles, and so we'll see.
In the end of the day, he's one of the best players when it comes to safety battles like this.
See, that's what I mean about Josh.
Scratch.
That's what I mean about Josh breaking from the center of the table. Now there's no problems.
Yeah, but he actually switched right now.
He broke from the side, but he hit the 1 ball as if he would have broke from the center. So he came across the 1, and you see how open the balls are.
Yep.
If he would have hit the 1 square from where he was breaking from, there's chances balls would be tied up.
Right. Well, this is definitely going to give Levan Corteza the opportunity to get back into the match. I don't think it makes sense to ask you, Tyler, but who would you prefer to win the tournament? I think I know the answer. Rooting for your boy Shane?
Yeah, I think there's one American left, right?
Yeah, SVB. And there's a big chance that Francisco Sanchez and Shane Van Boening is going to match up in the final.
I mean, the fan in me would want to see Sanchez win just because the three-peat of the World Championships has never been done before. But the competitive side of me, you know, knowing that there's a chance I might have to face him, you know, later on in the year, I would prefer he not win the tournament. So, and Shane's coming towards the end of his career. I'm not saying in the next year or two, but he's I think 40 now, so it'd be nice to see him get another one and maybe, you know, keep him playing longer. I think his previous World 9-ball champion really fueled him a little bit and gave him the extra motivation to play some more.
Yeah, you can definitely see more fire in his eyes when he's competing.
He wants that 6th U.S. Open too, so he wants to take Earl's record for the most U.S. Opens ever.
That's what still motivates him, you think?
Oh, I know it does.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, good clearance from Levan. And it's tough mentally knowing that he's probably not going to break and run 4 to get the score close. He's going to have to battle every game, almost every game, you'd think, to get back in this match.
Yeah,
so.
and knowing that he can't afford a dry break or scratch in the break, it's mentally really hard. Joshua is just 2 racks away, and Levan needs 7 more.
So like I said earlier to the spectators, if you're breaking from one side of the table to the other, don't switch sides. Like, let's say you break dry, right? Don't switch sides unless you hit the 1-ball square. If you break from the left side of the table and hit the right side of the 1-ball, it's as if you broke from the other side, right? So here we'll see what Levan does, but if you're like where Levan's breaking from, he wants to hit it square. If he breaks dry after hitting it square, then you can move. But it's not too smart to move unless you hit the 1-ball square from where the cue ball rests.
It's crazy how many times the cue ball gets kicked.
A lot.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean by Levan going to have to really earn this win if he were to come back and win this match. It's not going to be in 2 or 3 innings. It's probably going to be in, you know, 10, 12, 14 innings for him to get the score back to even.
And you can see it in body language. He's pretty frustrated. He's like, well, I'm really doing my best here.
I've just
That's all I
accepted
can
it.
do.
I've accepted that I'm not going to run, you know, packages anymore, and it's you're just going to have to grind every game.
You just have to figure it out.
Now, Josh isn't happy that he feels like he left Levan a jump here, but being Filipino, he's probably going to kick this ball 3 rails and try and stick his cue ball. Yep, play the 1 up in the corner. He's really trying to get the 1 to the top. Yep, he's trying to get the 1 to the top rail. If he makes it, it's just bonus. Look at this, 1 ball up towards the top rail.
Wow, this is a beautiful shot.
shot.
He made it look so easy.
Uh-huh.
It's just so inspiring. Makes me want to work on my kicking even better.
Well, you know he's happy that 1 ball didn't hit the 8, and that's where a little bit of luck comes in. He's trying to get the 1 to go above the 8, but it went below the 8, and he still got safe. Trying to make the 5 here. I think Josh called the 5.
And he made it where the cue ball is going to end up.
Did he call the 5?
He did call the 5.
Well, that shot deserved a round of applause if he called the 5.
Well.
I don't know if the fans were watching.
Maybe just the fact that he didn't get a shape on the 1.
Good shot. Okay, it looks like he's going to have to swerve around the 8. Oh, he's going to go 2 rails. I think he can swerve around the 8.
The 6 ball is a big ball.
Yeah, but you can go 2 rails and miss the 6. He's going to elevate and go around the 8 or dig down. Okay, he's going to dig down with low outside and try and shorten this cue ball. What a shot.
Beautiful shot.
I'm curious if Levan can shoot the 4 off the 9 and make the 7. It looks like he can.
You mean the 2?
No, later in the rack.
Mm.
Because if he can make the 7 with the 4, he's not going to nudge the 7 here, I don't think. Because the 7 can tie up the 3.
But if he can get a good angle on the 3 to draw it back into the 4 and try to break it open, I feel like it's a little too risky there.
Let's see.
Oh, that was a good shot.
I'm not sure if he could have gotten on the 3 by just rolling the 2 ball, and that's what I was saying earlier. I wish we had a pen so we could draw on the screen.
I actually said exact same thing, and the last time I was
Did
doing
you?
commentary. Yeah, we should have like a iPad, you know, or just a tablet where we can draw with the pen. That would be really cool.
Levan's not going to be happy with this. Now he can play a killer safety right now, though. Just put the cue ball on the other side of the 7, and it would be a really tough hit for Josh.
And it's a pretty easy safety to execute as well. Just gotta.
Well, he wants to block the 1-rail kick with the 9, which he did, I think. He did, so now Josh has to go 2 rails.
Yeah, it's a super hard ball to get a good hit and not sell out.
Yeah, there's a chance Josh goes 3 rails here and doesn't get a rail. And that's why he's going to tie up the 4 and the 7 here. So he could have gotten a hit, but he just didn't think enough good things can happen to win the game, so he tries to extend it.
It's fascinating to me that you called it before he even tried to shoot it, because I wasn't even thinking about it, obviously. Okay, so what do you do here?
You try and leave the 4 frozen to the rail. I know that sounds tough, but if you leave the 4 frozen, then you have to get a rail with the cue ball. Uh-oh.
I think it's hard enough right now to get a good kick.
If the 4 is frozen, now it's super tough, because if Josh goes 2 rails and hits the 4, it's considered no rail, so he's going to have to hit it with more speed. Oh, there you go.
You hit the 7 first, did
That was
you?
a great shot by Levan. That was a great shot.
And this is exactly what we talked about. Sometimes you just have to grind it out, except that you can't really break and run. So the safety battles is exactly what's going to win you a game and potentially get you back in the match. His cue ball is just so good.
So earlier, like I said, how many innings was this particular game? 3 or 4?
Something like
Right,
that,
so
yeah.
you have to think that in order for Levan to get back in this match, he's going to need 3, 4, 5 innings each game just to get the score, you know, back to even. So he's just going to have to grind it out. That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. It was a great safety by him, and he got rewarded. And we will be back in a little bit after a short break.
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, I won the World A ball on 9 ball. Everyone is, I think, is looking for me, especially in the World 10 ball. But I feel I don't want to be the pressure. I want to keep going. You know, play my game. That's all. If I win, it's like a dream for me. But I don't care. To be honest, I try to be my best on the table and give everything. That's all.
No pressure, but nobody have done that before. World 8 ball, World 9 ball, World 10 ball, making history.
Yeah, I mean, I know I won too many good titles, but I want to think the same way. I mean, I want to enjoy every single moment. I think that's the key that I win, because I don't think about what the people think, what I expected. You know, I just try to play my game. That's all.
All right, and we're back. Levan's going to crunch these. Hope for the best. Ooh, the 1 rattled in the side pocket. Oh my goodness, he is
This
not going
was
to like
so
that.
unlucky.
if the 7 goes up in the corner, which it looks like it does, we might see Joshua on the hill. Wow.
And breaking.
Look at this 2-ball. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
so
really not gonna like that.
the 7 doesn't go in the corner, but it goes on the side, and the 8's right there. So
as long as he gets good in the 6,
oh, he overcut the 1.
it's a nice angle.
He overcut the 1. He's not going to be happy with that. He's going to have to go back and forth twice to get on the 3.
Yeah, but I feel like as long as you stay closer to the center of the table on the shot, get a good shape on the 3, and then you can either kill the 3 ball or go up and down once again for the 4.
Good shot.
Yeah. Very similar shot that he did early on in the match when you were explaining that it's better to let the stroke out on the type of shots than try to baby it with like slow speed in the outside spin.
Definitely go to 3 rails there instead of 2 rails. All right, I'm surprised he didn't put a little bit more left on that ball to go 2 rails to center table. I think Josh is going to get out here still, but I think he would rather be close to the 4. Good shot.
Nice shot, and see, this is exactly when you know that he feels the speed of the table really well. He wasn't even trying to go above the side pocket because there was no point for it. He didn't want to risk scratch, so he just went below it. Nice and simple. Has a good angle on the 7. I feel like
I think he'd like to be a little straighter than that.
I think he
He's
can
gonna
bump
drag it.
I think he can bump the 8 a little bit.
Oh, good shot. Okay,
Yeah,
he was straighter
perfect.
than I thought.
Yeah, see, sometimes I wish we could see like the angle from the pocket, but this is the best we can get. And this 9 and the 10 ball is going to put Joshua Filler on the hill for a spot in the quarterfinals.
Very nice. Little sigh from Josh there. Like, okay, good. I'm on the hill.
It's always a nice feeling, but still, the job is not over yet. Can't relax too early.
Okay, and again, if I'm Josh, I'd be breaking from the side rail because the last thing I want is an open table to get Lee Van going again. Because, I mean, dry break, 9-4. Lee Van makes the ball and gets a little fortunate, 9-5, 9-6, and now we got a match. So, see what happens.
He is definitely breaking from the side here.
So let's see where he hits the 1 ball based on where he's breaking from, if he hits it square or not. Okay, that's better.
So
That's
walk
good.
me through this type of break. Are you trying to make the 1 in the side on the break like this?
You'd like to make the 1, but it's not. The rack is never going to be perfect with the referee racking with a triangle, right? So there's going to be micro gaps throughout the rack between all the balls. So to say I'm trying to make the 1, I'm trying to hit him square, give myself the best chance to make the ball, not scratch. And like I said, you don't want to open the balls up and leave it easy for your opponent with this format.
Wow.
I don't think he wanted to get above a 10 there. I think that was a little bit lazy, and that's why Lee Van gave it back so fast.
I don't think he planned it either.
I don't think Lee Van even got out of his chair.
He was like, yeah, go ahead. Josh called the side pocket. He's kicking it to rails. Because there's a good safety that can come out of the shot.
Lee Van's going to be sick when he sees this.
Can you see the side of the 1? Or he's completely hooked?
I'm not sure if that's what Josh was pushing out to. I think that's just what he ended up having.
He had to go for it, though.
Yeah.
If he hits the 2nd rail perfectly where he wants to, there is a good chance he can get the safety back.
Looks like he's jumping over the edge of the 3. Is he going to elevate here? Yep, there he goes. Uh-oh.
He missed it.
All right, it looks like Josh should play the 2 off the 4 if it goes. That I don't think the point's in the way, but I think he can play the 2 off the 4, play the 3-8 combo, and he should be out. Unless the 4 is further up the rail than I can see. Yeah, it looks like the 4 is a little bit too high. You have to hit it pretty hard. So he will play an angle to get the cue ball between the 4 and the 5 off the 3. Just like that. Oh, the 4 goes past the 5. My apologies. I thought the 5 was blocking the 4. Good speed there. What a match for Josh. Maybe 2 unforced errors, maybe. And I think that last push out, you could consider one of them being an error, but he kicked safe.
They played a really good match, and they had some very nice safety battles. Once again, a lot to learn from. And to be honest, looking at the scores of all other matches, that was a really quick match, which I didn't expect anything else from Joshua FILLER playing on the shot clock.
Sure.
Well deserved.
He's looking mighty comfortable with that Revo now.
And Joshua FILLER is in the quarterfinals of the Predator WPA World 10-Ball Championship.
And Lee Van will have a lot to think about after that match, because Josh played well, but I don't think he took the match away from Lee Van. I feel like Lee Van made a lot more mistakes than what he would have liked.
Definitely.
That shot that he's practicing is one of them. So
yeah,
he's going to have a long night, that's for sure.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Our next session is going to be at 5:30 p.m. Vegas time. Make sure you tune in on TV table number 1, which is free on YouTube, to watch Francisco Sanchez Ruiz battling against Chen Jinling. And it was Margaret and Tyler here for you commentating. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you later.
Have a good night, guys. Later.